They are calling it One World, One Dream, but it's a world from which thousands of Chinese are excluded. Hosting the Olympics is a source of pride for many, a source of shame for others, because they say it hides the reality of what China really is. There are at least 15,000 religious and political prisoners in Chinese jails and labour camps. Thousands more are being held who the Chinese authorities call criminals, but human rights organisations call dissidents. There are said to be 130 still imprisoned since the Tiananmen Square protest 19 years ago. For China, the Olympics is a passport to widespread acceptance, and they promised changes.
It's been a profound disappointment. The Chinese government promised, in order to get the Olympic Games originally, that the Games would contribute to an improvement in human rights and the development toward democracy in China. And what we've seen ahead of the Olympics is actually a rollback, a crackdown on human rights in China.
Around the world, there are frequent protests and demands for high-profile political prisoners in China to be released. The fact China was awarded the Olympics proves they carry little weight, and far from curtailing human rights abuses, some say they are actually increasing.
The soaring numbers of arrests, and also we also got reports that deaths actually happened much quicker than before. We've seen that the deaths due to torture took place within the 14, 16 or even 10 days after the arrest.
These are members of the Falun Gong, which is banned in China but tolerated here in Hong Kong under the one country, two systems policy. They are visible and vocal critics of China's human rights record, which some say is getting worse, not better. Thousands of Falun Gong members have been jailed in China. They are the single most persecuted group in the country and claim thousands of their members have been killed and tortured by order of the Chinese government. Feng Shuiying is a 32-year-old Falun Gong member. She says she experienced Chinese prison brutality during 3 years incarceration for distributing cult leaflets.
They made me sit on a stool with nails for long periods. They pierced my skin until now my rear is filled with bruises and blood and pus still ooze out. I was treated like this every day for 3 years.
She says that torture means she can never have children, nor normal sexual relations with her husband. There are so many of these allegations that it is difficult to dismiss the Chinese government's denials. But even if they are all true, the international community shows an unwillingness to do anything about it.
The Chinese government will listen and does respond to outside pressure. And countries that don't use that leverage are letting down the Chinese people, and they're betraying the principles that their own governments stand on.
The Olympics is providing a brief opportunity for China to change, but if it comes, it will probably only be seen long after the last gold medal has been awarded. Tony Birtley, Al Jazeera, Beijing.